Good morning, YouTube. It's TD here. It's Monday morning. I think it's the 19th of February. And I just wanted to. I'm in my y'all see I'm in my tiny house this morning, so I got my little clothes hanging up. And y'all, I haven't been able to finish it yet because I had a darn leak in the main house. So my darn floor caved in, so I had to get all of that repaired. It's like several rooms. So they're working on it now. It's almost done. As soon as I get done with that, I'll be able to finish up my stuff out here. But I have to finish in there because that's where I make my money. But I wanted to talk this morning, y'all, about Monique and Daddy Sidney, versus her son Shalom. I don't know if that's the proper way to pronounce his name, but I feel like Monique was wrong. I feel like it was all right if you're mad at your son, and if you decide, I wouldn't address mine on social media unless he addressed me on social media. But I feel like once she addressed him, she's been talking about him for years. Now she's always talking about uh, people apologizing and taking accountability and stuff, but she seems to feel like, in my opinion, that she's above that. You know what I mean? Because I have 4 kids, and there are going to be different times that they tell you what you did wrong in raising them. You got to just sit back and take it. Now, you can explain to them, hey, this and this and this is why I made that decision, and if you think you're not wrong about it, you just tell them this and this and this is why I made that decision. And I'm sorry that it hurt you, but at that time, it appeared to me to be the correct decision. And if it's still a you think it's the right decision, you can stand on it, but you also let it go. You don't stand on it to the point that we're gonna be into it. You know what I mean? Unless your kid is disrespectful. Now I don't know. I think his name is Shalom, so I hope I spelled it correctly. I don't know if he's disrespectful or not, because the representative he showed us isn't disrespectful, but that doesn't mean that he is not. But the problem I had with Monique is when she decided to fight. Excuse me, I still got that cough. That cough. I'm taking a pajama day today, y'all. I ain't got to go in. I'm working from home, so I'm gonna just stay in my pajamas and do some work. But anyway, I feel like she could have addressed him, but I don't feel like she should have let Daddy Sidney, address him, because it's obvious that they're not close like that. And once he asked him, could he call him Pops? Because that's what I saw Shalom say. And normally I don't even look at these star stuff. That's why I'll never talk about stars too much on my channel, because honestly, most of the time I don't care what they're doing. I mean, I wish them well, and I wish them much success, but what's going on in their life, I don't care about. But I've talked about Kodak Black before, because I think he's suffering from some type of schizophrenia. I may be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. That's how my son's signs started looking. And I'm addressing this Monique thing because it's the same thing. I'm sorry, y'all, that's my light. It's a solar. And so what happens is it'll go on and off. But let me turn it off because it hadn't had enough sun here in Tennessee. But anyway, and so part of the problem I'm having with her is you can fight with your son, because my son Malachi, those of you that have been watching all the way through from the beginning, you know that I have a son that suffers from schizoaffective disorder, Malachi. And of course, with a form of schizophrenia, there's days he has good days and then he has bad days. But even out of his bad days, except for in the very beginning, he still knows who he is, what's going on. He watches everything. He's always been a quiet child. And he gonna come in here and just report, honey. He's the informant. But um he sometimes gets beside himself too, because he's 31 and he's a grown man. And every now and then he'll get. But as a matter of fact, it's a little girl that's not a little girl, a young lady that he went to school with, and her brother has schizophrenia, and him and her evidently used to fool la la around sometime in high school when she FaceTimes him and talks to him every single solitary day. And she's trying to make him her little boo thing. So I don't know, cause he's like right now, I ain't working, I ain't got no money. I'm not in any condition to help anybody. So we'll see what comes out of that. But he's living his little life. But um um I get mad at Malachi, because sometimes Malachi come in here and get on my nerves so bad, or be blowing up my phone, getting on my nerves so bad. And so what I'll end up doing is I'll speak him out. I will speak him out. But in all the time, because you still got to speak your kids out now, whether they got a mental health issue or not. If they get beside themselves, you got to gather them all the way together. But like with my ex-husband, Malachi's been with him since he was like 2 years old, but I would never let him um gather Malachi because they don't have that kind of relationship. My ex-husband loves Malachi, and Malachi calls him, Daddy D if he feels like it. But he's also seen some things with my ex that he resents. So they just don't have that. And that's how I feel about Monique and her son and her husband, Daddy. That that Daddy didn't have that kind of relationship with Shalom, so you didn't have a right to let him get on the internet and gather your son because he just doesn't have the capacity for it. And Shalom does not respect him in that way. Although I felt like the way that he responded to him was extremely respectful, extremely. But she was wrong. She's sitting there, they all hugged up, and she's sitting there like he's the protector. That ain't cute. That's your son. That's your son. Unless he's violent, you don't need nobody to protect you from your son. I don't need nobody to protect me from my daughter or my three sons. I'll get them all the way together. I wish I would. I wish I would. I mean, and that's for real. And so, what I don't understand is when you go out to attack this boy or to show this boy show the people what you've done for him, which he never said that you didn't do financial stuff for him, but it takes more than that. You need to show love. You need to hug him up. You need to be there for him. And and I realize he's an adult now, but they still need things too, unless he's disrespectful. But they still need things too. And and she says out of her own mouth that she was busy making her money. Okay, she can't go back and change that. But what she can do is if he texts her to respond back, even if she says, I'm busy right now, babe, but give me a minute and I'm gonna holler at you later. I tell Malachi, because he's such a mama's boy, I tell him sometimes, I don't want to see you today. So he'll text. And I'm right out here. I usually don't be. I go over to my guy house 3 days a week. And then I make sure I spend 4 days a week home with Malachi because of his mental health issues and that schizoaffective disorder. That's the worst mental health issue that you can have. And you can look it up. That's the worst that you can have. And so, and it's really not a lot they can do for it because there's so many different issues in one is what schizophrenia is. And so I use schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder interchangeably because that's the realm that he's in. As he has schizoaffective disorder, but it's the cousin to schizophrenia. And it's just a harsh mental health issue for your brain to break and get. Now I don't know what kind of issue that Shalom has, but I do know this: when Monique went to fight with her son, uh, um, she wasn't fair because what she did, and in street fighting, to me, you ain't got to be fair. And if my kids make me mad enough, I ain't gonna be fair because I know what hurt them. They don't know what hurt me. But I would never bring up mental health issues. And that's just me. I have never got mad at Malachi, excuse me, and said something about his schizoaffective disorder. I wish I would. I have never got that mad at him that I brought up his schizoaffective disorder because my thing is you got to be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And you sitting around bringing up, I'm sorry, somebody pulling in the driveway and I'm watching y'all. You sitting up bringing up this young man's disorder. You don't know how that could have set him on edge, how that would set him off, if that would make him spiral. When he said that stuff like that have caused people to off themselves, that's the truth. Or off others, that is the absolute truth. And my thing is, she got to stop being such a victim. Everybody's been a victim at one time in their life. Get over it. Okay, Tyler Perry, Oprah, they did you wrong. Okay, do you think the rest of us in real America haven't had jobs that did us wrong? You cannot hold on to that. Let it go. You've been talking about it for 13 years, but here when you need to heal with your son, you bring up his mental health disorder. You used it as a weapon. You didn't use it as a way to bridge or help him or help others. The community that you and daddy say that you love so much. You used your sons, your flesh and blood, to weaponize his mental health disorder to destroy him. That's my opinion. And I'm standing on that. And as a mother of a son that has a mental health disorder, I'm so irritated. I'm so I'm not even gonna say what I'm so, because I am a Christian. I try to, I ain't always right now. I'm always working on me. So I'm gonna keep all my choice words to myself. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it, y'all. And I just want y'all to know, if you know anybody with mental health disorders in your family or friends, I don't expect you to do it to strangers, but family and friends, if you can, if they're not violent, you know, try to ask them, hey, what's going on with you? They'll tell you. They will absolutely tell you if they know it's coming from a good place. And you'd be amazed at what you would learn. And you would be amazed at what you could actually help them with, just by having someone available that they know that they can talk to and that really cares. But y'all, I was looking at black people that were responding to Monique, and it was the craziest thing, because they were trying to tear her son down too. We got to stop being so stupid. We got to stop being so dumb. It's not cute. You don't know anything about mental health? Keep your mouth shut. For real, for real. Shut up. I mean, it's just crazy. But we got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. But this has been TD here. It's Monday morning. I done worked the whole weekend, honey. Worked 7 straight days. Last week, so I'm gonna try to relax, drink my coffee, and get a little bit of work done on this computer. And I don't know, y'all. Hopefully, I know the next time I'm on here, this my little tiny house won't be done, but hopefully not too much longer. And thank y'all for listening to me, y'all. I'm trying to grow my channel. I got 15. Y'all, please help me get up to 50. Share my channel, like my channel. Please comment. If you get anything out of this, and if I misspelled anything in the title, y'all help me, and so I could correct that. Now I don't know how to go back and edit, but y'all do help me so I can correct that, if you don't mind. And thank you so much, because you could have been anywhere but watching an old lady on this Monday morning. So y'all have a great day and a great week. And black people, let's try to do better. Bye.